So we get the question a lot, why in the world would you want to move to India? Why did you move to India? So here are 10 reasons why we made the move. Some of them serious, some of them more like added perks, and I'll let you distinguish the difference. When I was 4 years old, my parents took me along with them to visit some friends in the Central American country Belize. It was there that I developed my love of bugs and creatures, an on and off pastime that still occupies my time today when opportunities present themselves. I know wolf spiders do bite, but I don't think they're...
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Ah! Even more than the critters, this trip made me realize that there was so much more going on outside the borders of the United States. That outside of my own country, there existed people who had the same dreams of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and that most of these desires are pretty well universal. Although at the age of 4 years, I couldn't quite articulate it that way. So at the early age of 4, the seeds of my passion for cross-cultural communication were planted, and 25 years later, here I am. That was long, so some short ones. Sweet stuff. India is home to gulab jamuns, laddus, jalebi, and cardamom chai, in my opinion, the best hot drink invention in history. Paranthas, like the best tortillas you've ever had, only smokier and friedier and brimming with such oily goodness you just can't resist. In my junior year of college, I started dating Melissa Phillips. Now, Mel knew I was planning on an intercontinental move, but until the time of our mutual interest, she had never herself considered moving overseas. Until one evening at a coffee shop when I popped the question, if you had to move overseas, where would you move? Which is the question every guy's supposed to pop, right? That's not it?
Africa had been Ford's verbalized continent of choice, but that was about the last place on the planet I wanted to go, except maybe Siberia. So I asked myself, where would I go? For silly and simplistic reasons, which I will forego here, and a small nudging in my mind, I came to the conclusion that India was the locale for me. Ford had silently come to the same conclusion, so it's been the solemn madness ever since.
Okay, so Bollywood gets a bad rap in the West. You know, it's kind of silly to us. You just have to make a little mental switch and change your expectations, and you can really enjoy Bollywood films. There are also some really good ones that are not just good Bollywood movies, but are just good films. Like Tardi Zameen per Three Idiots. My personal favorite film from 2010, People Live. I am an aspiring filmmaker, and India's film industry is growing gangbusters day by day. And as more thoughtful work is coming to the surface, it feels like now is a great time to be pursuing storytelling opportunities here. And if you know anything about India, you will know that it's so rich with culture and brimming with history and drama and narrative and color that you just can't help but be inspired here.
I believe in my heart of hearts that Indian cuisine is the tastiest cuisine on the planet. It's yummy in people's homes, in restaurants, and flippin' fantastic on the streets. Veg, non-veg, in a cream sauce, with a roti, with lentils, this spice or that spice. So really, how can I, in one short vlog, even begin to sing its praises in full?
Where else in the world can you have tractors that are everyday part of urban life?
What's your favorite thing?
Gulab jamun. Gulab, I'm gonna eat the gulab jamun.
As the unstoppable march of globalism continues, it's going to become more and more necessary for us to interact with one another. Because if we don't, conflicts will result. It's not that cross-cultural communication can save the world or stop every war, but it can help prevent needless disagreements just because we don't properly understand where the other person's coming from. The great thing about our day and age is we have the internet. We don't even have to leave your country in order to do this. In my opinion, one of the least helpful dichotomies that we have in intercultural understanding is the so-called East-West divide. Like there's two sides of the planet, and Eastern people think like this, and Western people think like this. I don't know what Middle Eastern people do, but whatever. There's a spectrum of philosophical, religious, and cultural beliefs that are very, very complex. And even if you were to put them on a line, that wouldn't probably be good enough. But it would be better than having a 0 or a 1, an East or a West. In my opinion, there's no better place on the planet Earth to tackle this question than India, where East, Middle East, and West are colliding every day. So we're here to have a conversation, trying to mutually understand one another. And that can only happen if we come in honestly and being willing to change some beliefs, long-held convictions, and or prejudices in the process. So here we are. Let's jump in and let's talk. So that's about it. In the meantime, keep it creative, keep it quality, and keep it constructive. YouTube, thank you very much.